So I've said to it, yeah, we do Facebook ads and we do 10K a month on that. And just like that, it's replied, Facebook ads, it's cool. So you're over 5K a month, right? And by the way, are you the one who makes the final call on marketing stuff? Yes, that's right. I am the decision maker. You can see that it used the Slack tool over here. So if we check that Slack here, we have gotten a message, lead qualified, Kaiki Rivera, and it's given me my phone number, which means that I have officially qualified for the lead, and we'll see what else it said. So it said, sweet Kaiki, you're all set up and qualified. The sales team got notified. If you need anything else, just holler. Okay. If you still pay your sales team to qualify a large amount of leads, then you're missing out. Over the past 6 months, I've made dozens of sales agents, and in this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step of making an AI lead qualification agent using n8n and connecting it to WhatsApp in literally minutes. To do this, we're going to be connecting it to meta services, giving it a memory to remember conversations with the user, and giving it qualification criteria so that at the end, if the lead is qualified, we're going to be giving it tools to delegate to a sales team so that they can reach out and book an appointment with the lead. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, my name is Kai and I help businesses implement AI solutions that save time and make them more money. So if you are a business owner looking to implement solutions like these into your system to see how they can benefit your business, then feel free to contact me directly using the booking link in the description. Okay, great. So first things first, we need to connect our system to Meta. And what you need to know about doing this is that there is an OAuth connection and an API key connection, which we're going to use both for different instances. The OAuth connection is responsible for receiving messages and starting the trigger, and then we're going to use the API key connection to then send the result of the message from our agent back into the chat. So let me show you what you need to do to set these up. Before anything, you need to make sure that you have a business account, and you can check if you do on business.facebook.com. If you can see that you have your business domain in this tab here, then you're ready for the next steps. So just make sure you have that sorted. You can convert that using the meta settings over here, convert that into a business account. From this point, you're going to want to go into developers.facebook.com, and this is where we'll create all of the integrations necessary, get all the credentials required to make this system. So what you're going to do is go to My Apps, and from here you can see that I've made a test one already. What you do is create a new app over here, and you can give it any name you like. So I'm just going to put in YT Demo. And this is going to be your automatic, contact email that they'll contact you with, but you can change this if you like. Ideally, you want your business email in there, but you're going to click next, and then you're just going to ignore this and go to other at the end of the page there. Now from this, you want to go business. And then this is just to confirm everything else. We don't need a business portfolio. We can just click create app. Cool. Once you get into a page like this, the app is created and you need to set up your WhatsApp credentials. Now, just before we get into the exact, nitty gritty of these next few steps here, what I want to do is go into the workflow. So you go into n8n and open up a new workflow. You can just click the first step, and we're going to do WhatsApp Business Cloud. And as you can see, there's all these triggers and then all these actions as well that you can pick. We're just going to click on messages because that's going to be our trigger to receive a message. And I'm going to click new credential. And as you can see, we need a client ID and a client secret, which were the credentials that I was talking about before that we need to make this connection happen. So going back into this tab, we are just going to click continue. And once we get into this page here, we can just go into basic, so app settings and basic, and from that we get an app ID and app secret. I'm not going to show you the app secret, but you just integrate them accordingly to these here. So the first one, so this app ID is going to go in here, and then I'm just going to connect the client secret, which is the app secret, and make that first connection. Great, so that's step one done. I've made my connection. If you go into WhatsApp, you will see that we get a test number to talk to, and we can also toggle a recipient who's going to be receiving this message. So in this case, it's my personal phone number. So I'm just going to go ahead and click generate access token. And from this point, you just need to click to continue, and then you click opt-in, and then just click save. Now from this point, we should have an access token, which is what we're going to be using later on. But if you check at this point so far in the build, if I click to test the workflow, and then I say something like, hey there. All right, so I just had to wait a few seconds for some reason, but sent another message, I sent hi, and then you can see that we got the response message, and then we can see that my message there, hi. Now from this point, we are now receiving information from WhatsApp, and we can do things from this point within our workflow. So if you look into the Figma here, we have just crossed this section out, and we are actually about to cross this section out as well, just from one other thing that we just did, which was creating the access token here. And I'm going to show you what we can do from this point. If we go into WhatsApp Business Cloud, and then we click send message as an action, this is what we're going to be using to reply to it. And if I click new credential again, the access token will be this here, this access token here. And then the business account ID is simply going to be this account ID down here as well. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it. Now once we've done that, you can see that the credential has been saved, and I can now send information back to that account. So if I have the text body of testing, and I just click the sender ID, which will be automatically the one that we've configured. The recipient's phone number, we just map that as my phone number, this phone number here, which we get as a response from our trigger. And I click test step, and I go back into my WhatsApp, we get that message here as well. Now all that we need to do once now that we've finished this step here is create an agent, give it a memory, and do all this cool stuff with it. So this is where the fun really begins. So I'm just going to come over here, separate that. We are going to make a new agent. And now this agent is going to have, very simple prompting, because that's not the point of the video. I'm just going to give it a system message, and I'm going to tell it its role. Okay, so far in the prompt, I've just said you are a expert qualification assistant who has a knack for being concise and using slang words. Your task is to qualify the lead using criteria below. Make sure to be natural and concise in answers. Once the lead is qualified, trigger the post Slack tool to inform the sales team the lead is qualified. Now this should be enough. I want to make sure that it's just like asking these questions one at a time, but I'll just put that in the criteria here. So this is just going to be, again, a very basic criteria, and we're just going to say now this is an example we'll do for like a generic marketing agency. So we'll say something like, make sure the lead has a marketing channel, and we'll say make sure the lead is the decision maker. Now again, I don't want to make this too complex because it goes beyond the purpose of the video, but I've given it a criteria. Now the prompt, the user message, is just going to be, we're going to click define below, and we're going to click expression, and from this we can say what the user name is, and we're just going to map that user phone number, and I'll show you why in a second, and the user message. So that is going to be that there. Now from this, we've pretty much prompted our agent. We would need to just do a few more things in the prompt, which is adding the tool. But the next thing that we need to do now, so going back to the Figma, is this memory component. And we are going to add a simple memory into the n8n interface. And what a simple memory is just going to be the native memory integration that we have. Oh, so that's a chat model. We'll add that as OpenAI. And now that we've got the model, the memory, what I was talking about, is going to be this simple memory node here. If you want larger contexts, what we do is we integrate like custom memory. So on Superbase, which is going to be one huge database, where we're going to store every single conversation between the user and the salesperson. So in this case, the agent. But for this tutorial's purpose, we're going to have a simple memory, and the context window will just be 5, which means it'll remember or have as context the last 5 utterances between the salesperson and the lead being qualified. And then the session key, we're just going to define that as the user phone number, so that the agent can distinguish between different users. And just like that, we've added in our memory, and we can cross this part out. The very next thing that we're going to do now, well, we've got a qualification criteria, which is very simple. And we've got budget, authority, and decision maker. And then the very final thing that we're going to do is going to be a Slack tool in order for it to delegate to the salespeople that this lead is qualified. But before I do that, I'm just going to make sure that I can actually talk to the agent. And what I'm going to do that is just going to configure this accordingly. So if I execute the previous nodes, or if I just click this here, we're going to be getting a reply from the chat model, and we will be able to see what the agent actually responded with. And it said, "Hey Kaiki, just to get started, do you have a marketing channel set up already? Like social media, ads, email marketing, that kind of thing." Awesome. So it's just already, it's good because it's not actually like putting all the questions in at once, which is a common thing for it to do. So it's just started the conversation with this first question, which I guess for this context of things, we can just stay with. And now from here, we're going to tag everything. So the recipient's phone number is just going to be that WhatsApp ID. And then the text body, we will have as the output from the agent here. So if we click test step, we should be able to get that message through, and we have. Okay, so the next time I send a message, it will be to talk back and forth with the agent. The last thing we need to set up is just the Slack tool, and n8n has a native Slack tool, and you just create a new credential by just connecting your account, which is very, very easy. So once you've done that, you sign in with Google, and then you like enter the screen just like I am right now. So the tool description, we're just going to set as manually, and we're going to say to the agent, use this tool when the lead is qualified to let the sales team know. And now, because we've added a tool, we need to configure the details of the tool back in the prompt. So just before I'm going to do that, we're just going to configure that as a channel. So this is, just to be precise, this is the channel that we're expecting like communication or the result from the tool in. I'm just going to click channel, AI test workspace, and then the message we'll just click that for the AI to generate the text itself. Okay. Now, once we've done that, what we can then add here is a tools heading saying we're going to call that post Slack, and we're going to say use this tool to notify the sales team the lead is qualified. Enter the user name and phone number. And we're telling it what exactly to say in that message. Awesome. So from this point, I'm just going to test the whole workflow from the very start, and I'm going to be chatting with it back and forth over here. So I've said to it, yeah, we do Facebook ads, and we do 10K a month on that. And just like that, it's replied, Facebook ads is cool. So you're over 5K a month, right? And by the way, are you the one who makes the final call on marketing stuff? Yes, that's right. I am the decision maker. We'll see what that says. Need to test that workflow again, just because it's not fully on. So let's say that again. Okay, received it. And you can see that it used the Slack tool over here. So if we check that Slack here, we have gotten a message, lead qualified, Kaiki Rivera, and it's giving me my phone number, which means that I have officially qualified for the lead. And we'll see what else it said. So it said, sweet Kaiki, you're all set up and qualified. The sales team got notified. If you need anything else, just holler. Okay. So yeah, awesome. That's pretty much that done. And on top of this, for it to go forward, we'd obviously make a very rigid qualification criteria and probably give it a custom memory as well, so that the agent can have like these lengthy conversations with the user. Because if you think about it, that's really the differential between the AI agent and just a regular qualifier on text that you employ. Because an agent can actually have very lengthy conversations before deciding that a lead is not qualified or is unqualified, whereas a human qualifier is constrained to their own time and therefore needs to quickly decide between the hundreds of leads that they can contact if the lead is qualified or not. And the AI agent can just do everything at the same time for everyone. So that means that we can go back to the Figma and check that Slack part of it off as well. That's it for the video. I'll be releasing all the templates for free in the description so you can download and start using it into your own workflow. I know you should have realized the power of this tool so that your AI agent can do all the grunt work in qualifying people while your sales team can just focus on closing. If you're a business owner looking to implement solutions like these in your system, then you're exactly who we help. Feel free to contact us using the booking link in the description and we can get in touch from there. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.